This is my favorite fall recipe, and I'm going to show you guys how to make it. Take one 15-ounce can of pumpkin puree and mix that with 12 ounces of evaporated milk, 4 eggs, 1 cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of pumpkin spice, and that's me pointing out that I also added a half a teaspoon of salt. Mix it all up and then put it into a greased pan. And yeah guys, I know it's not fall, but this recipe makes me happy and 2020 sucks. So take your favorite yellow cake mix and sprinkle it right on top and then just pat it down. We're not gonna mix it, just pat it in. Next we're gonna top with pecans. We don't measure pecans, you guys, we measure that with our heart. So sprinkle on to your delight and then 2 melted sticks of butter. Throw it in the oven at 350 for about an hour. Oh my gosh, it comes out so bubbly and yummy and like caramelized. Obviously that was a dump cake recipe, so why would I even bother cutting it? Just scoop that out, top it with some Cool Whip or ice cream or even caramel. Enjoy.
First I was afraid, I was petrified, kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, and I grew strong.
Today I've prepared for you maple pumpkin cheesecake dip. If you love pumpkin, you are going to love this. This dip, she slaps. We have a full ingredients list for you at the end, so don't feel pressured to write everything down. Just go ahead and heart this video so you can come back to it whenever you wish, and you can take a screenshot of the end where we wrote everything down for you. So let's talk a little bit about technique. When you mix these ingredients together for the filling, it's gonna turn into a mousse. So you basically wanna blend it for about 3 minutes. In the bowl where you're building your dip, put a little bit of syrup on the bottom, some nice low-carb granola, a little bit more of that pumpkin seasoning, and spread your mousse on top. And then on top of that, a little bit more syrup, a little bit more granola. We are having so much fun with our Does It Dip series. We're turning everything into a dip. What dip do you want to see next? Throw it under comments. And don't forget to like and follow for more recipes.
A body has been discovered!
This has got to be one of the best Trader Joe's ice creams that they carry. It's the pumpkin ice cream that comes out around fall time, and it is so thick and creamy and has amazing pumpkin flavor. I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10.
We are just ourselves. I could use some help getting out of this conversation. Yeah, you look stunning in this. Don't ask that question here. This is my only fear, that we become beautiful people.
Is it too early to break out the pumpkin desserts? If not, let's go make some pumpkin crisp. Come on in. 350. Need 30 ounces of pumpkin, 12 ounces evaporated milk, 1 cup of sugar, a teaspoon of cinnamon. You're gonna add 3 eggs. Mix all this together. Pour everything in your bowl into the dish. Like this, and now I'm gonna sprinkle it with yellow cake mix. Cup of chopped pecans, and I'm just gonna spread that over top of the cake mix. Let's melt our butter. Not 1, but 2 sticks of butter over top of our pecans and our cake mix. 45 minutes or until it gets brown. You gotta let this thing cool. 2 ounces of cream cheese, 3/4 of a cup of powdered sugar, And an 8-ounce carton of Cool Whip. And you know I'm saving my bowl. Stir all this together. I ended up having to use a hand mixer. By the time it cooled, I got excited and I spread the topping on without recording it. Here it is.
So what if instead of a pumpkin latte, we made pumpkin bread in a mug? Let's get to it. Lightly grease your mug, then melt 1 tablespoon of butter in the microwave. Then you're gonna add your sugar, flour, pumpkin puree, and pumpkin spice, baking soda and baking powder, then a pinch of salt. Beat 1 egg really well, add half to the mug, mix well, and then microwave for 1.5 minutes. Comes out nice and hot, just loosen with the knife and jiggle that baby out. Come on, how good does that look? Top with some fresh whipped cream and dive in. You just made pumpkin bread in 3 minutes. I think it's as good as the real thing. Give it a shot and tell me what you think.
Pumpkin crunch. To a bowl, add 1 can pumpkin puree, 1 can evaporated milk, 3 eggs, 1 cup sugar, and half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Mix it up. Then pour into a parchment paper lined 9 by 13 baking dish. Sprinkle over 1 box yellow cake mix and 1 box vanilla pudding mix along with 1 cup chopped walnuts. Then you'll spoon 1 cup of melted butter over the top. Bake at 350 for 50 to 60 minutes or until golden brown. While that's baking, you can go ahead and make the frosting. 1 cup powdered sugar, 1 cup cream cheese, 3/4 cup Cool Whip, mix that up. When it's done baking, allow it to cool completely, then you're gonna flip it over and remove the parchment paper and frost to your liking. And enjoy!
2 cans pumpkin, 1 pack cream cheese frosting, a sprinkle of pumpkin pie spice, 1 box spiced cake mix. Don't mix it. 1.5 sticks of butter sliced thin. Put into a 350-degree oven for about 40 to 45 minutes.
Better than PS.
I don't mean to exaggerate, but this is going to be the best fall dessert you'll ever have. We're making pumpkin pie cheesecake bars. First step is to make our graham cracker crust. We're going to press that tightly into a pan and bake it. While that bakes, we're going to make our pumpkin pie mixture in 1 bowl and our cheesecake batter in another. All the measurements and directions are already posted on my blog, so make sure to check that out if you want to recreate this. Once our batters are looking super smooth, we're going to add our cheesecake mixture and then our pumpkin pie mixture on top. Pop that in the oven to bake, and when it's done, let it cool to room temperature, then pop it in the fridge to set overnight. The next day, you can cut them in these cute little squares, top it off with some whipped cream and some pumpkin spice, and enjoy!